Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this show. How does this segment work, Giselle?
We'll read 3 stories based on the theme workplace conflicts. The 4 of us will discuss our ideas on those stories and recommend songs for each story.
That is right. Okay, so let's get to some questions then.
Have you ever worked? No, instead of reading 정규직, I was like 정상규. I don't know what's wrong with me. 나
That's
오늘
because
이상해.
We were recording the Saturday episode.
오늘. Kate, what did you mean? Today only? Okay, so the question is, have you ever worked at a corporate before? Or like any company? 회사 다닌 적 있으십니까?
Wait, because this is something I've never tried in my life is work as a 회사원 at like a company.
That's why I can't relate to the dramas like Miseng, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever tried that before? Giselle?
Yeah, I've done like a lot of internships.
Amazing.
Wow. Oh,
How
yeah,
was
you're a
it?
master degree lady.
I know, I was
Yo.
smart.
You
I
are
mean,
still
like,
smart.
Yeah, I did internship in like this financial company. Like it's like a really big company.
Wow. And you were accounting at the time?
No,
Or
it was I was majoring business
business.
at the time,
Right.
but I
How
think
was
the
it?
department was like related to law or something.
Oh, how was your
It
experience?
was kind of cool, but like they weren't mean to me or anything because
Okay.
I'm gonna be leaving really soon. But I watched the environment, right? So
How was
like
it?
Not for you.
Yeah,
Be
it's
honest.
not-
Nice.
How was the environment? Was there like very 심한
yeah,
건데?
there were like there's always tension between like everybody.
Was there like a lot of 건데? Like
Of
superiors were like
course.
nasty? Oh, really?
Everywhere.
Seniority.
So you have
Yeah.
to choose the right sides and like
Oh man,
lanes.
there's like lines
Yeah.
and you gotta follow certain people and you gotta be nice to certain people
Yeah.
because they're gonna be there forever.
Really? 나도 그렇게 해야 돼. 작가님, 저 글씨 안 보여요. 어? 이게 tiny romance 아니잖아요.
라인을 타는 게 아니라
아,
꼰대를
진짜.
하겠다고.
Anyway, moving on to Kate. What about you? Have you ever
Kate,
worked?
have you ever?
No, I have never.
How do you think it'll be if you start, you're starting work tomorrow at a new company.
Yeah.
It's like an advertisement company or something
You
like
look
that.
ready, Kate.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah. I feel like
interview.
you'd be really good at an advertising company for some
Yeah,
reason.
I think the work itself, I would like it because I like doing like same things every day in a same spot.
you sure?
I really kind of like that. But I think the whole environment, people-wise, like socially, I think that will be hard.
Yeah.
Right,
Because I'm
right.
A-hyung, so I would just cry every day.
Are you sure? I feel like you're gonna.
I'm very sensitive.
아 진짜?
Yeah.
이 차가운 세상을 어떻게 살아가려고?
I can't. I cry.
I feel no. Actually,
I don't.
I don't think she would cry. I think she would actually make people cry back. 상상 울게 만들어. Like
I would?
그건 이 생각이거든요.
Me?
Right.
그건
Thank you for
지젤
thinking that way.
아닌가요?
Oh yeah, Jiselle is more like that type.
That's why they were nice to her.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, maybe Jiselle is
That's
that
not
type.
true.
Anyway, let's
that?
move on. So today our
Young-looking women.
topic, our topic is actually workplace conflicts.
Oh, we are talking about workplace then.
Exactly. So we're talking about all these nightmares and about all this, no-da bosses.
Okay, so since we haven't really gotten a lot of experience in the workplace for us
Right.
together, so was there anyone that you guys couldn't just work with?
Right.
For whatever reasons. It
Oh,
could be like another
Kate
musician.
laughed.
Kate has one.
No, I
it seems
don't.
Like.
You
Kate,
laughed.
Was there anyone that you almost found it impossible to work with your patience?
You laughed
With
again.
my patience?
Right.
Yes. And you broke down into tears again.
Let me think. Give me some time to think about that.
I don't think
Okay.
I think
I
you're
don't
not
think I
trying to
could
Give you
think.
some
You're
time
trying
to think.
filter.
Yes, give you
right?
some time to think if you can say it on air or not.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's actually exactly it.
What about you, Jiselle?
Giselle. Anyone that you work with that was just a horrible partner or a boss or anything.
Yeah, I'm just like thinking about one person.
Okay. You don't have to
But what if they
describe.
listen to it, you know?
Just let us know what
You don't have to
happened.
get into too much detail, but let us
Right.
know like just the basics of what happened.
Yeah, she used to be my producer like back in the day.
Okay.
But
That's
I realized
specific.
that
I know, right?
I was like,
Well, I mean, like
be specific.
it's fine, you know.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I guess like there's like jealousy going on,
Oh, I
like a
can't
lot of things. Like,
believe.
yeah, I thought it was like very negative.
What kind of jealousy did you take his? Did you take her boy?
No. That's not, not that kind of stuff. But
No.
like when I
music?
release songs and like all that kind of stuff, like I think she could understand the fact that my name's on it because she we wrote it together. But like she gets all the credit, you know, but like you can't put like a producer's name for like an artist's name.
Yeah.
Like it's really complicated. Like sometimes they do it when you release like a producer album or like when you want to like put an emphasis on a producer. But yeah, I mean, we had a lot of tension and like problems. With that.
And sometimes you do it when the producer is like really famous, right?
Yeah. To like, But so I told her, I explained it to her a little bit. Like I try to like, you know, make it right. But, you know, it happened again and again. And like, you know, I couldn't even.
So at the end, you just didn't want to work with her anymore.
Yeah. And like before I even said anything that, you know, I can't even do this anymore.
Right.
She kind of like just, I don't know. She
She's left.
Yeah, she did. So that's basically how I had the opportunity to meet other artists and like.
Oh, I see. So there was just
find
this
a label.
one that
Toxic
you used to work
relationship.
with.
So I'm very grateful.
Right. See, Kate, this is how she did it. Now it's your turn.
Okay, I won't say who.
Okay,
Okay.
Kat.
And I won't say like where I met them because that's very specific. But
Don't get specific.
yeah, but this person was very like I'm a very patient person. I think I could deal with most people in this world, and I give them the benefit of the doubt always.
Okay.
Until like maybe 5 times, which is a lot.
And is that when you start breaking down and crying?
That's when I start getting mad. You know, like
Okay. Crying is before that.
no, crying is like for other things.
For other things, okay.
But like I feel like people who are very inconsiderate bother me so much because you know like the basic levels of just kindness some people don't have or common
Manners,
sense,
etiquette.
yeah, or like just really insensitive.
Oh,
I
by
don't
the
know,
way,
just- I don't-
common sense is not really common these days, by the way.
You're
I know
right.
that's what I'm feeling,
맞아.
and I can't expect how I act. Like I can't expect other people to do that to me.
Right.
But I think it's hard because I like to do stuff for people or like treat people kindly,
Right.
but some people don't.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea.
We'll keep Kate right at that spot because we don't want to put out any info out there.
I don't
We
want to lose friends.
Yeah, we don't want
now we know it.
I mean, they're not even my friend
Yeah,
anymore.
we're not trying to diss anybody right now. We're just trying to,
I am.
maybe. It sounds like Jiselle is, yes. And
I mean, yeah,
doesn't matter,
I don't
right?
have a problem like if people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone like me and Jiselle, I guess it doesn't matter, but someone like
Yeah.
What?
when you're
See,
dissing
I'm still
someone.
trying to be
Yeah, I
nice to
don't-
them, you know? Like,
Yeah.
why am I trying to be nice to
Why are you being
them?
nice
안
to
되겠다.
them?
흑화시켜야 돼.
When they were so inconsiderate to you.
I know, but
So
they don't
funny.
even know it.
So this
worse.
is everything we're talking about on the show today. We're talking about employees, bosses, corporate, whatever, FBI secrets. I don't know what happens at companies.
맞아.
So this is what we're talking about.
Ooh. All right, so today's topic for the show is workplace conflicts, and the first story goes to Kate. Can you read it for us, please?
Of course.
Okay, let's get down to it.
I have a 선배 at work who keeps calling me every night. Ooh. I try to distance myself from him, but he doesn't seem to get the message. He follows me on social media, not to mention our corporate messenger app as well. He even messages me on weekends and calls me up whenever he's bored. He even calls me out for a drink in the middle of the night. Ooh. I told him several times to stay in the line, and I'm quite uncomfortable whenever he reaches out to me. But he seems to think that I'm just playing games with him. What's wrong with him? I don't know. How do I deal with him?
Thank you so
Very
much for that
easy.
comment.
I know, right? I don't know.
I know. 그냥 just send him Shiny's newest song, right? Don't call me. And he was.
Is that what it's called?
That's the newest song.
I should have
Right.
recommended that song.
Yeah, I think that's the 7th album that just came out from
Exactly.
Shiny.
Yeah,
Don't call
I
me.
heard.
Right. Then just send it to this boss 선배. Then okay, fine.
Okay,
We
so
need a real recommendation.
I don't know how much of a 선배 this person is, but let's ask Jiselle first. What do you think?
know.
How would you act if you were at your intern job and one of your teammates started doing this to you and you didn't?
So, Jiselle,
like
you have
them
been
that
in
way?
school, in companies, in labels. You have so many 선배s, and you might be also the 선배 right now. But any situation like that before?
I think so, but if I don't like the person, then I would never pick up. I
feel like
wouldn't
she
block
wouldn't-
that person. But
Yeah, I feel like Giselle's the type that wouldn't really get bothered that much.
yeah, I
맞아.
just like
Stuff.
even if I read the text, I leave them
읽시?
on red. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's at least
On purpose.
Ilship is like one of a like a read message is actually a reply. Giselle doesn't even read my messages sometimes.
Oh no!
Oh, 아니야, I actually
Did she
send
send in this message?
No,
Just kidding.
아니야. It's not me.
Do you remember Giselle's Korean name by now?
I know. Wait. Give me some time.
이러니까 답장을 안 하지, 그치?
I forgot.
You have to know.
What's your last name?
I don't even know your like real name,
My real name?
like the full name.
I have many names.
Full name.
Is Optimus Prime one of them? Is that why your voice is...
Because I forgot. What's your last name, Giselle?
Song.
Song. Okay, let me think
that's
about
so
it.
cute because you write songs.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my cousin's name is Melody Song. Anyways.
Oh, lucky.
Anyways. So this job right here, what would you do, Giselle? If
Right.
someone... Wait, we asked Giselle. So Kate, what would you do if something like this happened to you?
Oh no, I think I would have a hard time just ignoring them because I have to see them at work.
Oh, that's so
I feel
true.
like I would be the type that has a harder time handling this stuff.
맞아.
Yeah.
And maybe you'd be
You're too
closer to
nice.
this person.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like if this was on Insta, I would just double click that message and not
And you'd be
reply.
like, and that double click means I relate, right?
Yeah, it's like, okay.
근데 아니야. Then this guy, this 선배 will be like, oh, double click a heart.
Yeah, that's
Kids
the
are not
problem.
관심
So
있구나.
that's why like you gotta
Right?
like yeah,
Gross. Just
draw the line.
Yeah,
Yeah, how would you do that? So I don't know. For
I
me,
would do that with people outside of work, but
Yes,
in work.
if someone in the team is doing that, I would talk to maybe someone else on the team and say that this is really bothering me and I really have a hard time with this because it seems like she's very uncomfortable with this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Right. 근데 I think I agree with Giselle. Like what she would do is like
I
she just
would-
cut it clean, right?
I would definitely teenage.
Right.
I was just like,
Exactly. To
Don't
keep
talk
it
to me.
very
But some
clean.
people just aren't really good at, being like that.
Me and Giselle. I think we really separated Killa and Giselle. Me and Kate are the
Yeah.
same type.
We're probably
The two
similar
of them.
Myers-Briggs.
Right?
Oh, but we're the
No,
same.
actually, we're the same and they're the same, but we're different.
we're not the same.
I don't think they're not the same. They're
잠시만요. Wait a minute, guys. It's fine to be different, okay?
Wait.
I deny it.
We are same, okay?
Really? Are you guys the same Myers-Briggs? What are you?
They're ENFJs, I think.
But I don't
Oh.
believe that. Like,
No, Xander's like ABCD or something. He's something else.
아이고 참네.
He's something else.
아니야.
So we gotta talk about this person's story here. So for me, I really think because this person's gonna have a hard time handling it themselves. Talking to someone else is an option, no?
Yes, it is.
근데 자존심 상하지 않아? This person will be like, oh, why did he talk?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that if he was just messaging her, but calling out to drink in the middle of the night is
Right.
kind of crossing
I
the
mean,
line.
it is already
like
crossing the line, so you do have to talk to where's the human resource team at these
Yeah.
companies in Korea?
근데 like Kate and me feel we don't want to make things awkward in workplace,
know.
right?
Right.
We
So
hate
I think the best
conflict.
solution is Giselle's solution.
Yeah.
Just ignore it and don't even give any signs.
yeah, you can do that. Like, you can not reply and then go into work in
And
the
just be
morning and
normal.
just be like,
공사분해.
hi, good morning, and then just don't talk to him.
So here's
역시
taking
here's the
notes.
rest of the tip then. Go look yourself in the mirror
What?
and make facial expressions that make you look like Giselle, maybe. Practice Giselle look, if you know what I mean.
Giselle look.
The chic,
괜찮다.
I know, right?
cold kind of when she wants to be
Yeah.
look, if you know what I mean. Because some people just don't have a good cold look.
맞아.
Yeah.
근데 in conclusion, like Giselle say, if he crossed the line, just ignore it. I mean,
Right.
seriously, don't even
Ignore
give
it.
any sign or give any hope or any chance, all right?
Ignore.
How do you deal with nasty bosses at work?
여러분은 성격이 별로인 상사를 어떻게 대하나요? So
Right.
this is what we're talking. This is all we're talking about. This is all we're talking about today.
Nasty people.
Yes, nasty people.
Nasty.
So
Nasty.
let's read the second story then, because I think we've answered this enough.
맞아.
Yep.
So let's move on to the second story. What do we have, Giselle?
Here we go.
I'm a freshman at work. Since I'm the youngest and the bottom of the corporate ladder, I try to follow all the orders handed to me from my boss. Yet, there are some moments at work when I feel like I just have to speak up for myself. For example, one of my superiors told me make coffee for everyone who attends a meeting. I had to make 20 cups of coffee that day. Also, another superior told me to make 100 photocopies for everyone to read. Rather than teaching me the actual work, everyone makes me do all the chores around the office. Is this their way of telling me that I'm no use here? Or should I speak for myself when such things happen?
Wow, I love this one.
Yeah.
Because 전통적인, for those foreigners who doesn't know, in the very typical Korean corporate culture, you're supposed to start with like doing all this like things, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Basic
do the-
chores. It's kind of like,
맞아.
watching those boxing animations or movies where at first they learn to go,
More like
they go
kung
to
fu
learn
movie.
boxing or kung fu movie, right?
yeah.
And then all they make you do, all Mr. Miyagi makes you do is wipe down like cars,
Clean
right?
the
They
thing.
clean
What is it?
everything,
Wax
right?
off?
Hold the
Yeah,
bucket.
wax on, wax off, like that song from Chris
Yeah.
Brown, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's all you learn, and then one day, you know how to do everything, right?
맞아.
Yes.
Then because you use that example, do you think that making coffee
No.
Has nothing to
it's
do with work,
foundational
is
work?
what I wanted to say.
Jiselle, did you have to do this during your internship?
Sometimes,
Coffee
but
shuttle.
not this much. But like
You didn't have to
when-
make 100 photocopies?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't think so. I don't remember.
Right.
But somebody told me to make coffee. I think
coffee.
happened like a couple times.
야, 커피 타와. 이래요?
Yeah, so like I make it really like
How
bad.
do they call you?
So.
How do they call you in work? Like intern님? Do they call you like
No,
intern님?
they call my name.
Oh,
Yeah, how did
Jiselle.
you keep the Hulk inside your
So I made it like really disgusting. Like
How do you make it disgusting?
Oh, you mix with your finger.
no. Like just the ratio of water and coffee, you just make it terrible, and they'll never ask you again.
Yeah, just put wow, so
야,
smart.
진짜 너무 스마트하다.
So smart.
So I'll just like
역시
smile
master
and then just
degree.
be like,
역시 master degree.
역시 master degree.
Disagree.
Is she the only one here with a master's degree?
Yeah, exactly.
Is
that what she learned from?
Right.
that's not
I
what I
dropped
want.
out of school.
Were you masters? What was your major master in Nestle?
In
아니, 갑자기
social
왜
life.
이거를 주기는 왜 이거를 물어보시냐고.
야, 근데 좋다.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
learning so
Yeah.
many things today. Ignore
맞아.
people. Make bad
Man, we're
Get it
turning
wrong.
Kate into a real person.
I mean, this is like real practical stuff, though. You know.
Yeah, I must say, recently because of the application, the one that looks like a clubhouse thing, that app.
Club app.
Yeah, the
You
app.
just said it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
okay.
said it.
That looks like a.
Oh, is that why you were?
맞아. So that app actually a lot of people were talking about this issue, and they were saying that
boss.
요즘 애들은 이런 거 안 들어. They're like. 왜 내가 해야 돼요? 잠시만요, 제가 왜 해야 돼요? Like, why do I have to make coffee for you?
Right, exactly.
Our
and that's the kind of
generation.
world that we should be living in, is what I think.
근데 the
Exactly.
ironic part is like people will be thinking like, why are you so 싸가지? Like why you say no? You have to be more like, how do you say, follow orders and listen to the
Right,
선배.
right,
So what do you
right.
guys think? Like if somebody asks you to make a coffee, are you gonna like, 제가 이런 거 굳이 왜 해야 돼요? Will you ask question? Or?
Actually, me. I'm the type that would make coffee for you first. Like, I'm the type that would like make tea for you
Yeah.
and like clean up after you.
You would.
But I would just do that because that's me.
But
you
what
know,
if they keep asking you to do
exactly,
it now?
that's the point. But if someone asks me to like do that
Yeah.
and it doesn't really mean like they feel gratitude for me
Right.
in any way because and they feel like it's a job that I have to do even though I'm not working at a cafe.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I'm working at a cafe, okay, of course.
Yeah.
They're like, make coffee, then, I'll make 100,000
it's your
coffees,
job.
right? But that's not the job that I signed up for. And they're not really, being thankful too at the same time.
So
I
you
would-
wouldn't do it?
I would not do it at all. Never. I think something like this happened to me a lot during work.
Right.
And then I actually show that I'm not satisfied with what's happening.
Yeah.
Yes, and I do it in a dramatic way. So
For me,
people
I
get scared
think
of me too.
me and Kate 이런 부분은 똑같은 것 같아. I think for us, what we would do is probably like, 네? 제가요?
Yeah.
Okay.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, 맞아, right?
Okay, so one time I went into a label and they wanted me to come to like so many drinking parties and 회식s. I got kind of angry. So what I did was, and I actually wanted to, go work on music, but then they made me come into like this like sushi whatever place. So what I did was I just spilled everything.
Oh no.
Wait, but then like that's different
I was
from
like, oh,
making
thank you so much
coffees.
for calling me. And then I was
Right.
like, you guys will have so much fun because I'm here and I just spilled a 매운탕.
Oh, they wanted you there. They were really trying to make you make coffee.
성격이야.
You were gonna say something.
Yeah, so they never called me ever afterwards
That's
to company
hilarious.
outings. Never.
So I guess just do things bad when you don't want to do them.
I
That's
guess
kind of like
it's just
my
a way of
story.
showing, yes.
What are you gonna do?
착하게 살아야 돼요. Okay? 케이트처럼 just like me and Kate, just like 커피요?
Says Xander.
야, Jiselle, 야, 방송이잖아 지금. 들키지 마라 내 성격. No, just kidding. But I mean, like, what we should do is like really just 커피요. I think it's okay to show how you're uncomfortable about it.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as at the end you do it, then why not?
But are they making
Actually-
coffee and not working? Like, are they not doing any of their own
Oh,
work?
I'm pretty sure in the beginning they're not really giving you a lot of work.
Yeah,
맞아,
they,
맞아.
they just like
But they will eventually, right?
Right, of course.
So I wouldn't mind making coffee.
Because
and making
I think they will
photocopies.
eventually when someone else comes in to start making coffee.
I see. Interesting. It's a cycle.
Maybe it's
Why can't
testing
you make
them.
your own coffee? What's wrong with you guys? Why do you have to hire an extra person to make you coffee?
That's
I
true.
know.
Who are you,
Just
Snoop
hire a
Dogg?
barista then.
I know exactly. Right?
근데
But
I think me and Kate will be so submissive.
I know.
And we are gonna
I'll
at
make
the
them
end.
like two. I'll probably give them snacks with
맞아.
it.
We're gonna be
Like a
like
cookie too, with my own money.
맞아. Me and
Okay.
Kate.
And then I'll
If
go
I'm
home
gonna
and
give him
cry.
snacks, if I'm gonna give him snacks, I'm gonna crumble it first,
어, 야.
and then do this, and then
그러니까 like
good,
Jiselle
though.
and
Cookie
Killa, they're from the hip hop scene. They're like 센 사람이야. For me and Kate, we want to impress them that we do nice coffee.
Yeah.
We could do extra things for you.
Xander would be amazing, huh?
And today our topic is workplace conflicts. For those who doesn't know, Lilac is actually Kate's alter
she?
ego.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Kate
She's cooler than
said-
me.
Yeah, Kate says she's cooler than Kate, but then we actually already revealed that before on the show while we were playing a Lilac.
Right.
wait,
yeah.
that's the alter ego?
Yeah, Lilac is
I
Kate
have
alter
songs
ego.
under the name
Just like
Lilac.
how
You
Genesis
heard it
is
here
Giselle's
first.
alter
No,
ego.
I have an alter ego's name.
What?
Oh, really?
Review
What is
it.
it?
It's called Mercedes.
Mercedes!
What? Wait, why is that so
I made
funny?
it for fun with Chancellor. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
he also got one.
어,
what's this?
진짜?
Like I think it's called Lil Caliente.
Oh, really?
Like
hot.
we do that.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the show with Lilac and Mercedes.
Okay.
So we're
wow.
gonna read the next
She's a
story.
This show just feels so, I don't know.
Different.
I know, it's like so
It feels
Beverly
like I'm
Hills.
doing it at Compton or something.
맞아. So the next story, who wants to read it? Lilac or Mercedes?
Lila.
Mercedes. I feel like Mercedes is a reedy type.
Mercedes. I think Lilac has been doing
Yeah.
2 times in a row for like
Lilac's
a few
tired.
weeks straight. So let's go with Mercedes this time.
All right.
I have this superior who is only nice to certain people. She's only nice to.
Mercedes! Go!
She is only nice to good-looking guys and people who seem to be more competent than she is. Problem is, it's begun to really bug me at work. She keeps comparing me to other good-looking guys and says you should work harder to compete with those handsome and talented guys.
Whoa.
Wow. As a guy myself, I can't handle the way she treats me anymore. However, she's really powerful in the office, and I have to be really cautious when it comes to standing up against her. I don't want to get on her nerves. How should I speak my mind out to her and not offend her?
와, 노답 상황이네.
Offend
You
her.
know, while I was reading all of these stories, what I felt like was all this, stuff with the interns and the coffee, everything that's happening in the office is actually some of these people abusing power.
Of course.
So to summarize this,
they feel like they have enough power to actually, control you guys. And it's kind of
It's a problem.
stupid.
right. For our Korean listeners, basically this part is 잘생긴 사람만 좋아하는 상사, 잘해주는 상사.
잘생긴
와우.
사람한테만 더
Isn't that
잘해주고
life?
어떻게?
이제 잘생기지 않은 분들에게는 너는 잘생기지도
만만하니.
않았으면 좀 더 열심히 해 이런 식으로
Right.
말씀하신다고.
Wow.
I know this is
어떡해?
very sad, but that's kind of how people live on this earth too.
It's not only
beautiful
for girls.
people. Yeah.
It's guys also, right?
I don't think
they get
it's all
treated
over the
better.
world. I think it's especially here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Korea.
of course.
In
I mean, this
Korea.
person is going
Because
crazy.
in America, we don't even turn in our faces on the resume, right?
Yeah. Oh yes, there's pictures.
Right.
You
that
to submit pictures.
picture and last name, I think,
Korea.
is illegal on a resume in
맞아.
America because
Yeah.
last
Race,
name can
right?
show your ethnicity,
Yeah.
and your picture can show how good or bad looking you are.
Exactly.
Right. That's why everybody's like photoshopping their faces here.
Here in
맞아.
Korea,
With their
right?
But
resume.
then, ironically, I kind of agree because 인상이 중요하다고 생각해요 for me.
Yeah.
Right, the overall vibe doesn't
I mean, I
matter how
hope they're
good or
looking
bad.
at insang, but they seem to look at how good looking you
yeah.
are.
Right, exactly. Oh, 어떻게? What
That's
should we
so
do? What do
hard.
you ladies think about the situation?
Yeah, how do you think this person has to solve this? Because it seems like this is, to be, showing kind of a 마음에 안 드는 거, like to be
Right.
showing that, you don't like this. It's kind of,
We have
애매해, I think.
right, we have a
Yeah.
few comments here. 양꼬치님 say, 헐, 짱 싫다 진짜로. And 사랑 Kim say that this is kind of like 성희롱님 그것도 this is actually kind of like also like sexism or
Oh,
like
yeah, of
sexual
course.
abuse, right?
Oh, I guess we can see it that way too.
But what can this guy do? Because if he 뭐라고 하면 또 미움 받으면 안 되잖아요. Like, he
Right,
gets,
and that's where the abusing of power comes in.
맞아.
Is
So,
that these
어떡해?
people, if they didn't have this much power, or if they didn't come up that much in a company, they wouldn't say this stuff. But because
Right.
they feel like they have the power and they can't say anything back, they're saying this.
I just put myself in his shoes and I'm burning.
Are you crying?
I'm so mad. No, I'm crying from my sweat. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
you're
so
crying
mad.
with your forehead.
어,
That's
진짜.
really
나도 몰라.
bad.
I'm thinking maybe if it was me, I'll like 퇴사하고 성형하고 and 점 하나 찍고 돌아왔어.
No, don't let
아니
him
왜 그러세요? Giselle, okay, no, everyone be quiet. Giselle, what do you think?
Yeah.
좀 시원한
We need
소리,
Giselle wisdom.
속 시원한 얘기 좀 듣고 싶어.
Okay, the realistic Jiselle.
I don't know. I can never like say that I understand the situation because I wasn't
Right.
in it. But if I
Because
was
you were always good looking, is that what you're saying? Mercedes.
Mercedes.
no, but if I were in this situation, I would talk to her one on one, like very nice conversation, and say like how hard it is to get through every day.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah.
like
So this is
just
a very
approach-
nice conversation without any weapons on your hands, right?
No, but just like facial.
Oh, this is
facial
your weapon.
expression.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
I wouldn't be mean because
imagine
she's-
if I'm the guy and I say 상사님 사실은 제가 너무 불편해요 because you said these things to me and I really get really upset and blah 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 blah. What
I
do you think
guess
she would
as a
think?
boss, you might get a little defensive, huh?
Right.
So you have to say like you have to think a lot before you say something to a boss.
So I learned that the best way to do this is I actually did a lot of consulting, sessions on radio and everything. I learned that the best way to do is compliment them first
Right.
and then get into what you want to say.
예쁨
So say
받기
something
위해.
like, "Oh, you're so good at, looking over the office and administrating everyone." So I don't know, maybe, saying these things won't
Right.
be like a good motivation booster for everyone.
That's just how I say
maybe
mine.
say it like that, right?
And then what if she's like, 그래 알겠어 킬라. 얘 잘려.
I mean, who knows? She might be really mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
That's
I don't
just-
like all of
But I
this
think
that's
talking
happening
to
in
this 상사 will be a good thing. Have a serious and nice
Yeah.
talk. Started off nice, like Killa say, compliment. And if
Right.
it really cannot, just quit. This is a very toxic environment.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but these days it's impossible to quit.
아 진짜네.
So, okay. Well, thank you so much for discussing these matters with us, everyone. Mercedes and Lilac.
Right.